morning students, welcome to my channel. In today's lecture we are going to discuss the topic Insert Tab Illustrations Group. We have already started with our chapter, that is word processing basics, under which I have already explained the various other topics to you, that is basic formatting, basic editing, okay, working with text, cut, copy, paste, options and many other things. So today in this lecture we are going to discuss about we are going to explore different graphic options which are available in Word. So we need to go to the Insert tab for that, within which we have to go to the Illustrations group where we'll find these options. Number 1, Pictures. Number 2, Online Pictures. Number 3, Smart Art. Number 4, Chart. Number 5, Screenshot. And the last one is Shapes. So we will learn how we can insert all these different types of illustrations in our Word document. Pictures are saved on your computer. Online pictures you can download online using your feature here in MS Word, provided your computer has access to internet connection. Smart Art, if you want to insert specialized diagrams like hierarchical charts or lists or process cycles. And chart, you can insert chart, you already know, that is histograms, column chart, bar chart, line chart. If you want to give a pictorial demonstration of statistical data. Screenshot, if you want to insert screenshot of any of your desktop. Shapes, that is auto shapes, which you can insert in your document, and you can also create wonderful diagrams out of those shapes. So we will be exploring all of these. Hence, let us now move on to our computer. Let's start with the very first topic, that is illustrations. Today in this video we are going to see only illustrations. Now over here you can see some options like pictures, online pictures, shapes, smart art, chart and screenshot. The very first option, pictures, is used to insert any picture which is saved on your hard disk, that is on your computer. The second option, online pictures, is used to insert any image from your internet, that is if your system is connected to the internet, then you can use this option to download images. This is actually a replacement for the earlier clip art option, which was available in all the older versions, that is Office 2010 and lower versions. And actually there were some Windows Metafile images, that is WMF images, which were saved on your computer, and they were organized by a tool of Microsoft known as Microsoft Clip Organizer. So now this Microsoft Clip Organizer, it has become obsolete because we normally don't get all our required images from here. Many a times we needed to connect to the internet in order to download our images, and because nowadays most of the computers have access to internet, hence the need for this option has been totally removed. So we can use online pictures to insert any image in our document. Next is shapes, all the auto shapes which we can insert in our document. Smart art, that is if you want to create a special type of a diagram, you can use this smart art. Chart, screenshot, so all these options are available. So we will see each of these options in detail. So we will first go to the first option, that is pictures. So when you go to the first option, pictures, you get an insert picture dialog box. Over here I'm going to reduce the size a little bit, and you can use this dialog box to first figure out where is an image stored on your system. So suppose one image you can see over here, it is already there. I can select this image and I can click on insert. So this image gets inserted in my document. Sometimes it is also quite possible that you have images in some other locations on your computer. So how to do that, let's see. So I'm going, right now my image is selected, so I will click outside the image and you can see that the cursor is blinking over here. So you can insert any image at this position itself, and you can also leave a line, that is change the paragraph and insert an image. So I'm going to change the paragraph and I'm going to insert an image at this cursor position. So for this I will be again going to insert menu, the insert tab, pictures option. From here I will select any picture which is located on my computer. So I need to first search for that picture, and I'm going to presentations, and I have a small folder here, clip arts, and there are many clip arts over here. I can select any of those clip arts and click on OK. So you can see that this image, this clip art which was downloaded from internet, has been inserted in my document. Now using these fill handles you can easily resize your clip art. You can see over here how you can resize your images. So we can resize these images, and now over here I'll be explaining a few more things. The moment I click on any image, you can see a new tab appears over here. I'm clicking outside, it goes away. When I click on the image, a new tab appears, and the name of that tab is Picture Tools. With the help of Picture Tools, I can make changes in the images. I can add various types of effects to the images. So let's see that. The first one is remove background. When I click on remove background, what it does is it takes up a certain area and it removes it shades those areas. When I click outside, it has already deleted those areas. You can use Ctrl Z to bring your image back. It also gives some areas, mark areas to remove. So I can click this and I can mark those areas which I need to remove. So you can see that I am marking this area. So this is how I can mark those areas which I need to remove. So it almost resembles your Photoshop option where I need to remove the parts. So over here also, but the thing is, because this is not exactly a graphic software, a graphical software, hence this kind of removal is becoming difficult. Delete mark is used to remove those marks. So I can click on this, click on any of the mark and click on delete mark. So like I can, when I am placing my mouse, I am clicking on it, the marks are getting deleted. Mark areas to keep. So those areas which I need to keep, I can just keep on marking them. So this is how I can mark those areas. You can see that as I am clicking, those areas which I want to keep, like this person's complete background is there. And now what I can do is keep the changes, and you can see the background has been easily removed. Similarly, I have this clip art also. You'll be able to understand this if I add some background to the page. So I'll be going to the layout panel, design panel, sorry, and from here I will add some page color just to give a background to highlight that this image has some background. Now I will select this image, again go back to Picture Tools, and within Picture Tools I'll again go back to this option. Now unfortunately this option is disabled over here because this is a simple clip art whose background can be easily removed. How? We go to color option, and here I go to set transparent color, click on the white background, and you can see the background is gone. So this way you can remove background from your images very easily. Then again I'll select the image, and here I have the second option, that is corrections. When I click on corrections, here I can increase or decrease the brightness and contrast of my images. So as I am selecting these options, you can see the preview in the background. So here these are certain predefined settings for your images. If you are not satisfied by these, you can go to picture correction options, and here you will find various options related to the image. So I will be first telling you which all are the various options here: sharpness, brightness and contrast. Now because I need to show you the image changes also, so I will be removing the magnification. Now if I increase the brightness, you can see how bright it is becoming. If I decrease the brightness, you can see how bright it is becoming. If you set it as 0, then it gives you the optimal brightness without background. Similarly, contrast also you can increase. You can see when I increase the contrast, it increases the difference between the different colors, and your colors become brighter in your image. Okay, so you can increase or decrease contrast from here. As you can see, you can just use these slider buttons, and if you don't want, you can simply select it and give it a value 0. So these are certain values things. Now there are other options of pictures which we will be seeing in the later classes. Today we will stick to our topic, that is inserting various types of graphics. So our next option is online pictures. How to insert online pictures? So we'll go to online pictures, and when you click on online pictures, it gives you a small dialog box here. Within this dialog box, you have 3 options. Try again, because you need an internet connection to insert online pictures. So I'll switch on my internet connection. It will take a while for the internet to connect, so in the meantime I'll explain the other things. If suppose you have selected this option but your internet connection is not on, you can also work offline. So you click on this and it will open the insert picture option, from where you can insert any picture in your document like this. So I'm going to select this and resize it. So this is how you can insert images in your document even if your system is not connected to the internet. So we'll come to this option a little later, because my modem is just getting started. So once it gets started, we will be able to use this option. Next is shapes. This is a very interesting feature where we have access to various auto shapes on our computer. So you can already see that there are various shapes which we can insert in our document. The first one is text box. That is, it is used for inserting text. So I can insert any text over here. So I've just typed something, welcome to MS Word Gallery, and if I click outside, this becomes a small text box. Now the feature of text box is that I can take the text box and I can drop it anywhere as I like. This is not possible with the usual or the usual text. Okay, if suppose I type some text here and I want to take it somewhere, I can take it, but I can only insert it in the cursor position. Suppose I am trying to insert it over here, so it is not getting inserted. So it is difficult to work with this text. Rather, if you have a text like this, you can easily work with that text. So this is how you can work with your text. I can take it and I can save it anywhere in our document. So this is how we work with text. Now I will first remove the page color, delete everything from the page. And now we will see the other options. We'll go to shapes, and from here we will select any of the shapes, like your box which is given here, the rectangle. So I can select the rectangle. So I have selected the rectangle and you can see the rectangle here. And along with this comes an anchor, that is I can anchor, I can place this along with, I can everybody knows what an anchor is, right? It is a device which is used to fix a large vessel, that is a ship. Deep when it has to stay at a station, stay stationary on the sea somewhere, okay, so that it is not washed away or moved by the waves. So what it does, it an anchor is thrown deep into the sea floor, where it attaches itself to the seabed, okay, and it doesn't allow the ship to move. So this way I can anchor my image with any of the text which is available. So this I will be showing you a little later. You can change the placement of the anchor according to your requirement. So right now we are only going to concentrate on the graphic part of the image. So from here you can see you can change shape styles. You can give any style according to your choice to the shapes, and if you want you can also change the specifications yourself. So for that we will go to shape fill, and already it has some common colors over here which you can give to it. You can go to shape outline and you can give any outline of your choice to it. There are also various options for shapes which we will be seeing in detail in any other class, but for today we are only going to stick to our main topic. So we can insert shapes. When you go to drawing tools you will find shape options here also, and when you go to home tab there also sometimes you can find the shape options. Normally it appears in MS PowerPoint. We again go to insert, we go to shapes, and here we have a very interesting option. Now these various shapes you can easily create, okay. So we have a very interesting options here, freeform. How is freeform used? Let us see that. So we go to shapes and we select this option, that is freeform. So I click on this option and now I'm going to draw something over here. So freeform allows you to draw any shape of your choice. Suppose I want to draw something, so I have clicked at one location and now I'm not dragging the mouse. I have not kept the left key pressed, left mouse button pressed. I had just clicked at the starting point and then I release the mouse, and now I can place this anywhere. Suppose I placed it here, then here. This way I can draw something. So this is something which I have drawn, a custom shape which is not there in the list of shapes there. You can change it according to your own requirement, and you can also change its style from these options which are given. So this is how you can create your own custom shapes. Again I'll show you that option using freeform. You can also keep the left mouse button pressed and you can draw something of your choice. Like I'm drawing this small irregular brook. So I have drawn this brook, that is a small river, and if you want you can make changes to it. You can give shape fill, you can give gradient to it to show the effect of water. So this is how you can draw any image of your choice. Another option here is scribble. So I'll click on this option. It also gives you a pen tool and allows you to draw something. So you can draw anything over there. I can select any shape fill. For example, I will select the brown color. I'll go to more fill colors, standard fill, select the brown color, click on OK, and now I'm going to use this scribble to draw a tree. So I can draw anything over here using the freeform tool. So this way I have been able to draw its shape, but you can see that it is not getting closed. So it is very important that we close the shape. Now what I did was, shape was not closed completely. That is, if I magnify this area, you can see that these two lines are overlapping each other. So that is quite, if you are using a software like CorelDRAW or something where you work with vector graphics, there it is important that these 2 points should touch each other. But because you are working in MS Word, that is not required. I have selected this, and now I'll go to shape fill. I'll go to more fill colors, and I will select a shade which is near to brown. So I've selected this, but I'm still not getting the desired color. So I can create a color always. So I'm creating a color from here, and now I have created this custom color. Click on OK, and this brown is added over here. If you want, you can also create a gradient for this. So we'll go to more gradients, and when you go to more gradients, you can get some options here like gradient fill. And from here I can easily create the gradient. Please watch very carefully how I am doing this. So here you can see the very important thing, that is gradient stops. So I am going to create 4 stops here. The first one is like this. So I'll click on this, and I'm going to select this brown, this dark brown. The second stop is over here. Here I'm going to select a little lighter shade of brown. Go to the next one, and then I will again create a lighter shade of brown there. So maybe this brown color, and the last option I can select an even lighter shade of brown. So I have selected this. Now you can see that it appears like this over here, but what I want is, I want the brown colors to start, the dark color to be displayed in a linear fashion. So I will again go back over here. Type is linear, and direction I will be setting as this direction, linear right. So when I click on this, you can easily see that it is applied over here. I'm going to make a few more changes, students. So I will be going to more colors, custom color, selecting a more darker option, and here you can see that this tree has been shaded. I will select it again, go to drawing tools, and I will remove the outline from here. Outline is not needed. So this way I have been successful in drawing a tree which almost looks quite presentable. I won't see it is very good. I've drawn it using my mouse, so I have been able to draw a tree trunk. And this way you can also add various leaves to it. So let us, now my internet has started, so we will add some leaves to it by using online pictures. So I'll click on online pictures. It will take some time to load, and you get this option, Bing image search. Just type here leaf clip art PNG. Enter. PNG will give you leaves or images without the white background. So I can select any leaf image from here. Say I am selecting this one. I'll click on insert. The leaf image is inserted. You can resize this leaf image. So I am resizing the leaf image to make it smaller. So this is my leaf image. Now what I can do is, because I cannot move this leaf, I have to make certain changes to this. So let's see what changes we have to make to this. I have selected this leaf. Now I'll go to position. I'll go to wrap text option and select the option tight. So when I select this option tight, I can easily move the leaf from one place to another. So now I'll place this leaf over here. I will make multiple copies of it, and whichever leaf I want, I can also use its rotate handle and rotate it. So likewise I can keep placing individual leaves over here. Now I want to change the direction of this, so again I'll go back to the rotate option over here in picture tools, rotate option, and click on flip horizontal. So this way you will be able to see that the leaf has been flipped over here. You can again copy this and paste it multiple times as you want and rotate it. So there are various ways, and you can fill this entire tree with a foliage, a thick foliage. Okay, so this is how you can insert online images. Shapes we have seen, you can insert n number of shapes from here. Smart art tool, next is a smart art tool. How we can insert smart art? So we click on smart art, and here you will find a list of all the different arts which you can create. You can create lists, you can create processes, you can create cycles. So few examples I'll give. I have taken process and I'm going to select this option, click on OK, and here I am going to type, I'm going to create input, process and output. So if you are trying to explain a diagram in your document, you can easily do that using this option. I can resize this. So this is my, now I'm not able to move it, so again I'll go to format, wrap text, tight, and now I'll be able to take it anywhere. So I've kept it over here. If you want, you can change its shape also. As soon as you click on this, you get smart art tools option over here. You go to design, change colors, and you can select any color theme for it and change its color. There are other options which we will discuss later. So these are smart art tools. From this you can also create something like, I'm trying to create some empty space. Okay, so apart from this, we will also try inserting hierarchical diagrams. I'll go to smart art, and from here we'll go to hierarchy, and you can easily create some hierarchical diagrams. Like I select the first one, so you can easily create a hierarchical diagram here. For example, I can start with computer, which is divided into hardware and software. So I will be removing this, so I have selected this and I am pressing delete, and now I will be typing here hardware, software, and the third one humanware. So 3 options I have clicked. I'll go to change colors and change its color theme. So you can easily see that its color theme has changed. If you want, you can individually change the colors also by selecting the box, going to format, and within the format menu you can go to shape fill, and you can select any color according to your choice. So you can select this, go to shape fill and select any color according to your choice. So this is smart art. Next option is inserting charts. So inserting chart option, we can insert any chart in our document. We click on this. First you need to select which type of chart you need to insert. So suppose we need to insert a simple column chart. So it is already selected. I'll click on OK. So now a chart is inserted here, but it opens a small Microsoft Excel sheet where you can type the various details, that is the data for your chart. So suppose I want to type the marks obtained by students in 3 subjects. So I am taking English, Math, Hindi, and for this I am going to take students' names. So 4 students are there and their marks in English out of 100. So let me take the marks, and you can see the changes below. As I am changing the marks, you can easily see that how data is getting changed. Similarly for maths also, You can see how it is taking different values. So this way I made changes here in the data series and already things were applied to the chart. I can click outside now. If I want, I can close this Excel window and my chart is inserted. Here you can just enter any chart title like histogram of marks, and this way you can insert a chart in your document. Next option is to insert a screenshot. So you can insert a screenshot of this entire screen or maybe some other screen. So let me select some other screen. For example, I will take a Photoshop screen. Many a times it happens that we need to explain certain parts of a software or the various components of a software to people. So we can do that easily. So I'm opening Photoshop on my system right now. So this is the Photoshop window. What I am going to do is I am going to press the print screen button on. So we have taken the screenshot, and now when we click on this option, you can see the screenshot has been taken. So I'll click on this option and you will see that the screenshot has been added over here. Now students, that was all in today's class. Each of these illustrations which you saw, they can be further customized to a large extent. There is a whole library of options here through which you can customize each of these. So we will learn that a little later. Soon I will be posting videos for individual customizations of each of these illustrations. Today we end the topic here itself. That is, firstly, what are the different types of illustrations which can be inserted. So please do watch this video, and I hope you have already watched this video if you are hearing this. And please, if you like it, like the video, and you already know what to do. Subscribe my channel, share it with others. Thank you.